Yes, we are. Hello and welcome to my meditation. I've been off for a couple of days. This is supposed to be a daily meditation, but I can't do it live every single day. Had a bit of a fever the last few days, but I'm okay now. So let's meditate together. So I had the guidance to make this an overthinking meditation. It's going to be about half an hour long. Directly after I do it, I'll be going live doing readings for the members of this channel. So if you want to join me on that, it's in half an hour's time. Click that join button below. So if you have trouble overthinking, that's what this meditation is all about. So let's get going. We're going to start off by calming the nervous system down, because when we do that, it eases us into meditation. Meditation is so much easier when we calm the nervous system down first. So let's do that to start. So taking in a deep breath. And then release it slowly. You might like to close your eyes. You can be sitting down or lying down, up to you. Another deep breath in. And release it slowly. Another deep breath in. And release it slowly. Now let's move around the body with my direction, trying to find areas of tightness or any holding, and just let that go. This is going to calm the nervous system down even more. So we'll start in our left toes, moving into the arch of the foot, to the heel, to the ankle, up the left calf to the left knee, letting go as we go up the thigh on the left side to the left hip. Now feeling the femur within the hip socket, and just let that go. Moving around the back from the hip to the glute, and feeling whatever the glute is resting on, whether you're lying or sitting. Feel that point of connection with the surface that it's on, and just let that muscle be supported by it. Feel it melting away. Moving into the right toes now, let's move into the arch of our foot, and the heel, to the ankle, up the calf of the right leg to the right knee. From the right knee, let's go up the thigh to the hip on the right side, feeling the femur within the hip socket, and just let that go. Moving around the back to the glute, feeling whatever the right glute is resting on. And just feeling that muscle melt away, let it be supported by whatever it's on. No need to hold ourselves up. Moving to the right fingers now, let's move into the palm of the hand and the thumb, to the wrist, up the little muscles of the forearm, to the elbow, up the bicep and the tricep to the left shoulder, and I'm feeling that left shoulder relax down and away from the ear. Moving now to the right fingers, into the palm of the hand and the thumb, into the wrist. Moving up all of those little muscles of the forearm, to the right elbow, up the bicep, the tricep, to the right shoulder, and then feeling that right shoulder relaxing down away from the ear. The base of the spine now, let's just straighten our spine a little bit, getting a bit taller. Moving up the spine now. And when we get to the neck, let's move our neck a little bit. So looking over our right shoulder. And then over the left shoulder. Then let's move our right ear to our right shoulder. And left ear to the left shoulder. Back to straight, let's look up to the sky. And down to the ground. Back to neutral, balancing the head in a comfortable position for your neck. Just feel that release in your neck. Moving into the jaw now, let's release the jaw. resting the tongue gently on the roof of the mouth, moving into the cheeks and the eyes, feeling the eyeballs rest back and down into the eye sockets. The eyebrows moving slightly apart, the forehead relaxing down, and the scalp relaxing so that the ears move down ever so slightly toward the shoulders. Now from here, let's move to our third eye, which is in between the eyebrows and just up a little bit from there. This focus on the third eye can intensify and benefit a meditation. And so what we're doing in meditation, we're not trying to clear the mind, we're just trying to remain present. The mind will have thoughts, and we just want to notice them rather than getting involved in them. There might be some other distractions, such as noises outside, sensations in the body, emotions coming up. But as we sit for longer, it tends to be the majority of the distractions are in the mind. When we overthink, we tend to take the information that the subconscious mind gives us, so these thoughts that come up in meditation, we take those and then we consciously think about them. And think and think and think. And what we're practicing in meditation is listening to the subconscious mind, but then trying not to consciously think about those thoughts. So just be curious what the subconscious mind is saying and bring yourself back to that third eye focus. We have many thoughts that don't serve us. And when we're an overthinker, we tend to analyze. It can be an overthinker due to doing a lot of inner work. It can really help. It's a great skill to have. However, it works against us when we are thinking over and over and over the same things, especially if those things are about fears and worries. So just noticing what the subconscious mind is saying and bringing yourself back to that third eye awareness. Point between your eyebrows, just up a little bit from there. If you find that you do start thinking about one of the thoughts that your subconscious mind had, once you wake up from that, just bring yourself gently back to the third eye. What we're trying to do here is practice breaking free of those repetitive thoughts and bringing ourselves back to our conscious focus. Is that movement itself that's important in meditation, rather than just having a clear mind? Sometimes when we're overthinkers, we just live in the mental space too much. Meaning, it'd be better for us to get into our bodies more, do things outside, activities, things that you find interesting and fun, rather than spending most of our time thinking about things or working or even scrolling on the phone. It's all mental work. That needs to be balanced. Try not to judge yourself for the distractions that come along. If you get distracted and you start thinking about the thoughts that are coming from your subconscious, try not to judge yourself for that. Don't beat yourself up for it. It's part of the human condition. The noisier your subconscious mind is, the more practice you get in meditation of bringing yourself back to that conscious awareness. If you can extend this meditation, this practice of bringing yourself back to what you want to focus on in your daily life, when you realize, when you wake up to the fact that you're overthinking or you're thinking about something that you don't want to be thinking about, thoughts that don't serve you, you can bring yourself back to a focus that you choose. It doesn't have to be your third eye, it could be anything else. So you can extend this meditation practice into your waking day. You might like to detach yourself from the things that cause you to overthink as well. There can be certain things that we do, such as scrolling on our phones or playing a game or something like that, that just get us on autopilot and allow us to think things over and over and over. Very rarely does that serve us. You can break yourself out of it by telling yourself the affirmation, these thoughts aren't serving me. And then shift your focus to something positive in your life. Doing something, achieving something would be a good focus to have, something in your body, something in the real world that will take you out of your mind. You see, the subconscious mind is always going to give you thoughts. The subconscious mind is negatively focused. It's a tool that the mind has, that we have, that helps to keep us alive. It's negatively focused in order to protect us, to warn us of things, to remind us about things that perhaps we should avoid. So it's important to listen to it. But then once we've listened to it, then we should decide with the conscious mind whether it's a valid fear or not. Because these days, very rarely are the fears valid that the subconscious mind has. And a positive focus, by that I mean not just an affirmation, not just thinking something, not just overthinking and trying to overthink in a positive direction. I'm talking about a focus like a goal, something that you want to get done, completed. To shift from the overthinking, from the subconscious mind narrative, the negative narrative. We don't want to switch it to a positive overthinking. We want to recognize that that's the state we're in and then change our state by doing something that has you in your body. It could be something simple like wiping your desk down. Or going for a walk. You could get up and walk around and look out of the window and look at something in the distance, look at something close to, and then notice things around the room. So bring yourself into the present and more in your body, out of your mind. And the more you meditate, the more you'll be able to practice just noticing what those thoughts are and not going along with them, not overthinking them with your conscious mind, but just being present, listening to the thoughts that the subconscious mind has, and then telling yourself, that's interesting, and carrying on with what you want to focus on. You are not your thoughts. There are times in our lives, such as when we're healing ourselves or processing something, where we tend to go into hermit mode and think a lot about those things, and that's valid for a certain time. But if you get used to this way of being in your mind all the time, you'll miss out on all the wonderful things that life has to offer, participating in life, enjoying the scenery, all the activities that we can do. Too easy to watch things, to scroll and not do anything real. And that kind of thing is going to make the overthinking worse. And if there is something that you think that you do need to think about, something that's worrying you, maybe set a timer and give yourself 5 minutes to think about it. And then when that timer goes off, do something else instead. Often the things that are troubling us aren't even true, or they won't come true. There is a solution, and we will find a solution. And so the overthinking of it, it doesn't help. It never helps. We don't come up with a solution that way. You're far more likely to come up with a solution by going for a walk, by focusing on something else, getting something else done. An idea will pop into your mind when you're focused on something else. Solutions come from the superconscious mind. And the superconscious mind we can only reach when our subconscious mind is quiet. We can reach that state in meditation. If you meditate enough, often enough, you'll get to the state where your mind will be clear. Some meditations, perhaps toward the end of a meditation, perhaps the last 10 minutes of a 30-minute meditation. Some days you won't reach that point, but as long as you're reaching that point sometimes, that would be good. And otherwise, it's just by being in our body, doing things, especially if you're learning something new, something that's taking all your mind, you have a certain sequence of things to do, you won't be able to think about anything else while you're doing that. Anything that takes you out of autopilot will quieten the mind, have you focused on one thing that you're doing, and the superconscious mind is then available to you with the ideas, the inspiration, the solutions, with your guidance. The subconscious mind will be urging you to think about the problem because it wants to save you from it. But thinking about the problem won't save you from it. You need to be aware of the problem, but thinking about it won't solve it. And so in meditation, we keep our focus on the third eye and we listen. We listen to everything going on inside of us and accept it all. So that's where I'm going to come out of the meditation. Feel free to join me or carry on meditating if you're enjoying it. I'm just going to move my body a bit. In 2 minutes, I'm about to start the live show for the members of this channel. If you'd like to join in, if you'd like a reading, then click that join button below and join me. Thank you so much for meditating with me. Let's do it again tomorrow. If I can, I'll be on, and I'll see you then.